It's an honor and a delight to be here with all of you. There isn't a day that I don't ask for money for an idea. So Tuesday I was having lunch with Margaret Mack at First Republic Bank, and Margaret said to me, as all good business people should say to one another, we just heard in the last session, what can I do for you? And I said, as a matter of fact, the Women in Leadership Conference needs wine. So it would be great if First Republic Bank could give the wine to the Women in Leadership Conference. And within 2 days, the wine kind of arrived. And so my expertise in this topic of social entrepreneurship has been shining a light on the most important people and ideas that matter. And so Bill Bradley ran for president and was also one of my investors, but lost in Iowa when he ran for president. And I had on my California clothes and I said, I guess I'll just fly to New Hampshire and help him win in New Hampshire because he lost in Iowa. So there I am with no socks and sandals on my way to New Hampshire. And the next morning, one of the questions they asked him at the press conference, Senator Bradley, what would your wife do if she were First Lady? And the right answer would have been she would do literacy, she would do just say no to drugs, she would do something good. And he's the one who taught me the phrase, which I thought was like the applause for all the men here today, the enlightened men in the audience. He said she would shine a light on people and causes that matter. What I'm going to do now is introduce you to our three panelists, and all of us agree that you've been talked at too much. So this session is going to be amazingly interactive. So after you hear their vision and their ideas, we're going to begin to dialogue with you about your vision and your ideas. We begin with Christine Burroughs, who's the CEO of InnVision, and then turn to Audrey Seagraves, who's the Executive Director of the World of Good Development Organization. And then we're going to hear from Arlene Samen, the founder and president of One Heart Worldwide. So let us be inspired, and then all of you should be thinking, how can I be of help to them? So let's turn it over to you. Christine.
Okay, am I on? Okay. I have a kind of a small voice, so hope y'all can hear me. All right, so I represent the nonprofit sector, but I am an entrepreneur. I did want to note that Dan Coonan, who's the Director of Athletics and Recreation at Santa Clara University, is our board chair. And I wanted to thank Santa Clara University for being a great partner throughout the years. They've provided interns, volunteers on a regular basis, in-kind, donated goods, and financial support. So we really consider them an important partner to us. So my background, I have had a very interesting career path. I started out thinking I was going to be a teacher. I got a job at a television station and was a manager in operations. That was very stressful, exciting, required a lot of energy, and I learned a lot in those first 8 years. And I decided I really would like to get into the nonprofit world and transfer some of my skills. So I went to the Red Cross. I was a community relations person that was coordinating blood drives throughout the region. And that was fun. Not a lot of pressure, but I did learn to, interact with a lot of different sectors of the community. Then I had an epiphany that I really wasn't using enough of my skills. I wasn't feeling fulfilled, and I should be doing something more meaningful. Prayed about it and decided that I should go work with the poor. Now, I had no social services background, no training, no I had no idea about how to build a building or even buy a commercial building. I was in residential real estate. So started out with a small grassroots organization. Back then it was called San Jose Urban Ministry. It was mostly volunteer driven. We did have about 10 staff when I started, and we had one site. Well, it's all history now, but we've grown tenfold. We now have 26 sites and diversified funding and 100 staff, 6,500 volunteers, and it goes on and on. And I really believe that I've been successful because I'm resourceful, resilient, and relentless. And certainly relentless in asking for money every day. Some would say that I'm a force to be reckoned with. I prefer to say that I am very focused. As an entrepreneur, and for any business, I think it's important to say that success often comes to those who have the aptitude to see way down the road. So that means I have to be a visionary. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. Particularly in this climate, it's the survival of the fittest. So you just can't give up. You have to figure out innovative ways to address every single challenge that comes along, and that is daily. So first you have to start with a vision. In our case, our vision is to provide a model service system, to be innovative, to embody compassion and collaboration, to be sustained through progressive funding strategies, and the efficient use of resources. That's key, particularly today. In our case, our mission is to provide a wide array of both housing, including shelter, and basic needs and comprehensive resources so that people can become self-sufficient again. We do target special needs, and we have a very supportive environment that promotes self-worth. We are a public benefit corporation founded a long time ago by volunteers, and we are a leader in our field. We serve 27,000 people a year. However, on any given day, we serve 1,400 people at our 26 sites. These are some of the facilities that we've built. We have about 11 of our sites that we own, and we either built them from scratch or we bought housing or commercial buildings that were in horrific condition, bought them out of bankruptcy or foreclosure, and had to transform them. But it's important to us to have sites that make you feel good when you walk in the door. So if you're trying to change your life and you're really depressed about your circumstances, you don't want to walk in a building that looks like how you feel. You want to be uplifted, and that's really crucial in our business. So we've spent a lot of time, and personally I've spent a lot of time even decorating the interior of buildings so they will be uplifting, and fighting with the fire department so that I can put in an atrium. So I fight with everybody, actually. And it's just been a whole business unto itself, just creating all of our facilities and all the creative financing, getting government loans that are forgivable, and talking banks into lending us money when they're really scared to do that. So it's been very interesting. Government compliance. Well, if you have 50 government contracts with federal, state, county, cities, you can only imagine the paperwork and the uphill battle that we have. We have audits almost every day of the year because they do audits quarterly and semi-annually and annually. You have to go to a wide range of meetings on a regular basis. You have to fight for your funding every single year. God forbid they do multiple year funding. It's just, you have a lot more agencies that are competing for the same dollars because we have way too many nonprofits in this valley. They will have to merge or they will not survive. You know, they keep adding more layers of requirements or reporting requirements. It's just, it's difficult. It's a great challenge. I consider the government a blessing and a curse, and I assume that you all feel the same way. Collaboration, that's the key today for any nonprofit to succeed, is to build on your inventory by collaborating with other providers and other sectors of the community. So besides government, we have private foundations, and you can see the names of a lot of the key corporations. So we are focusing on raising private funds so that we can offset the diminishing government contracts. And that doesn't mean that we still don't receive government funds or would say no to them, but we don't want to be reliant on any one government source.
And is like 90% of your budget on government funding?
No, about 38%.
Only 38%.
Mm-hmm.
So if, say, 2 students wanted to volunteer to help you from this conversation,
Hallelujah.
what kind of help would you be looking for in fundraising?
Oh, in fundraising. Oh, okay. Networking. If you network with folks from different businesses and companies, it doesn't even matter the size of the business. Every business at some point in time realizes that they should be giving back to the community. Now they can do a drive at their business because we need food and linens and toys and books and program supplies. They can come down to our sites and do maintenance projects. They can clean, they can garden, they can paint. Oh, we have lots of. We're like the Golden Gate Bridge. You just paint every day. There's you can work directly with clients. Many of the Santa Clara University interns and volunteers work directly with the clients, with the mentally ill clients. They're incredible. It's a two-way street. They work for us and are a blessing, and I know they learn from that experience too. So let me just, we have all the standard goals. Fiscal stability, volunteer support, developing products that are in line with your mission, developing your infrastructure, branding your name, and creating a work environment that uses your human resources and retains them. Okay, entrepreneurs must have a compelling idea, that's a given, but you also have to ensure effective management of total resources. We have nonprofit boards, they have to provide governance, develop policies, but they also have to ensure adequate resources to achieve its mission. In summary, be ready for surprises because trends change rapidly, so you have to be flexible. Stay competitive, but focus on your core competency. And make sure that your growth is selective. I would have to say, in retrospect, we grew too fast and it caused problems with our infrastructure and trying to raise the money at a time when the economy is not being kind to us. So I kind of look on us like a Cisco, I watch them grow rapidly and now they're having to cut back too. So you have to watch the growth. Remain true to your values and your vision and your mission. Very, very important. But lastly, take risks and seize opportunities every single day, and networking is the key. I would not have been able to grow this organization had I not been outside every day connecting with people. So I understand from all different perspectives how we all operate and where people are coming from, and that has really helped me be a better leader. So, thank you.